Greatest all-around action sports star in the world, from the Sunshine Coast in Australia, Ryan Williams.
What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Web Edit Wednesdays, where I go through all the tricks in my Web Edit 3 and tell you the story behind them. So this week we are doing the 2 foot jam tricks from Web Edit 3, and that is the Oppo 540 inside jam whiplash, or I would call it just like a 540 inside lash, and also the 900 downlash with no hops, especially no hops. I'm going to explain why I say with no hops later, but let's get into it. Alright, so first up we have the 540 inside lash. It's an opposite foot jam for me, so I spin to the left and I had to do a spin to the right, do an inside foot jam, which is where you're putting your inside foot in to the front wheel. And doing a foot jam on a scooter is a lot different to BMX. I know there could be a few BMX riders watching this. So basically with a scooter, the wheel is only like this big. I have a MGP scooter, so it's a lot easier for me to foot jam a scooter, whereas if you're riding an Apex or something like that, it's a lot harder to get the foot jam, but it is still a lot harder than doing it on BMX, so just keep that in mind. Basically, the 540 inside lash just came to mind after I landed the 900 down lash. I wanted a trick to go in before it, and I wanted it to be difficult, but not as difficult as the 900 down lash. So I used to do 540 inside lashes that was super hard, and I could also do the inside jam like whiplash. So I just thought I could join it together, and it was a trick that took me, I think, about 80 tries, but I don't have any of those attempts because I just went through and deleted them. They weren't that special or anything like that. So basically, I'm going to get straight into this clip. It's a really cool clip, and I'm stoked on it, and you'll see in the clip that I actually do the 540 inside lash, and then I come back and I go to do a 900 down lash, but that's just because I wanted the opportunity to be able to crossfade it to the 900 down lash, just because that's how I wanted it to plan out in Web Edit 3. A lot of these tricks in Web Edit 3, I actually planned out how they would go, how I would film them, and how they would transition to the next trick. So you'll see that in this clip, and I hope you enjoy it.
Can I have the wheel? Well, Louis, I'll try to turn it out for you, mate. Alright. Try to do something out there for you, mate. Don't really try it, I'll give it a shot.
As you can see, I was stoked to get that clip, just because I knew what it led into, and I was so stoked because it was the same day as the 900 downlash, and I was still over the moon that I managed to pull off that 900 downlash. But obviously I was still happy with the 540 inside lash, and it was a super duper hard trick, and I haven't done it again since, so there's a probably good reason why that is the case. Alright, now into one of the hardest tricks I have ever done in my life, the 900 downlash on scooter. So one major fact about this trick is the fact that this trick took me the most tries out of any other trick in my Web Edit 3. So this hands down took the cake for the most attempts at any trick I have ever done. So let's get into it. Basically, I thought about doing this trick a long time ago. Obviously, I did the 540 foot jam. I think I was the world first person to do the 540 foot jam on scooter, and definitely the 540 downlash. But 900, it's just that much more. I mean, 540 foot jam's already super hard. I was doing in, I think, Web Edit 2, I did a 540 downlash to whip in, and I'll show you that clip now. So basically, I got that clip in Web Edit 2, and I'm thinking, Web Edit 3, I gotta step it up. What can I do better to improve on that clip? Because I just wanted to improve anything close to what I was doing in Web Edit 2. I wanted to maximize it for Web Edit 3 and make it that much better. So I thought, why not do the 900 downlash? But first, I had to make sure the 900 foot jam was possible. So I worked on that, and I believe I got it done. I have the actual clip here. In 2012, in February. So, what is that? That's like 5 years ago now. I did the first 900 foot jam, and that's with no hops. With hops, I can like spin friggin' 30 times, but to do it without hops, that is the hardest part. But check this clip out and you'll see my first ever 900 foot jam. Oh!
What?
So in that clip, I like instantly start losing my mind because I wasn't really getting close that much. Like you're either nowhere near, and then this split second one, it'll work. And that's why in that I was so stoked, because I was like getting nowhere near, and then all of a sudden I was just like spinning like a tornado on one spot, and like even got time to open up and jump in. That was probably the best ever 900 foot jam I've ever done, and I wish that I did it like that when I did the 900 Downlash, but it's okay. I'll take the one that I got. Alright, so now the 900 Downlash. I first started trying this in June 2014, so that's 3 years ago now, and it actually took me 2 separate months to land it. Well, 1 month exactly, because I started in June and I landed it at the start of August. But anyway, I'm going to show you the first few really close attempts that I got in June. Obviously, this is like 100 attempts in this first clip I'm going to show you. And so that's why there's like no just constant stuff ups. I ended up trying it 600 times, and it was probably over about a 6-hour span overall of trying the trick. So that's the longest I've ever gone trying a trick. But you're going to see the first few close attempts that I got in June. Check it out.
Oh, big coin.
Apprentice.
Did you get Did you get it? I wasn't filming it.
So I know what you're thinking. Oh, I landed it. You know, that's a land. No, wrong. That is not a land. I needed to do this trick without a hop. That is the hardest part. I could do a 900 Downlash with hops first try if I wanted to at the skate park. I mean, I think I could anyway, but the no hops, that is what made this trick so hard. That's what made me try it for 6 hours. It's just so hard not to hop. And I know that last time that I did get it with the one hop, and the one hop was just not good enough, and I had to keep trying, but I had to come back and give it a go. So I came back in August at the start, and this next session was the session that I got it stomped. So without further ado, let's go into the next attempts that I'd had in August.
On the hop, man. I'm A1 hop. I hate hopping once. Jesus Christ!
As you can hear, I'm not a happy chappy about hopping once. I mean, some of those ones that I did hop, I felt like if I just told my brain not to hop, I might have been able to stick it. So that's why I got kind of angry at myself. I know it's still cool to do with one hop, but it just wasn't good enough for me. But this clip, I think it must be around the 600th attempt, because I can show you like the video. It actually numbers the thing, and the first clip I showed you is 183, and the one that I land is like 593. So it's like 110 from the first clip I showed you to the one that I land. So I think that I did have at least 100 attempts at it before I got that first clip. You're talking like 500 clips easily, maybe 600. But this next clip is the one that I landed, and you will be able to see what it feels like to land a trick after 6 hours of trying it and after 600 attempts. So please enjoy, and if you don't, I will cry a river, I swear. Oh, fuck yeah! As you can see right there, that was basically fate set in stone. I had never done a Flair Backflip 3-in, and then I go and land the world's first 900 Downlash with no hops, and then straight up, like, never in my life have I tried this Flair Backflip 3-in, and I get it first try after the 900 downlash. Like, I seriously couldn't have asked for a better moment to land that trick, and after 600 attempts, I go and land one of the hardest tricks in Web Edit 3, and then I back it up with the Flair Backflip 3N. And you can tell by my reaction, like, just how excited I am and how stoked I am. And I just felt like the most relief ever to have finally pulled it. I even had blisters on the bottom of my toe from foot jamming so much. That's how consistently I was trying it and how much I was pushing it. And just to be able to land that trick, it was one of the best feelings ever, and hands down one of the hardest tricks I have ever done. And I'm not sure if I'll ever do it again, to be honest, because it just was that hard that I don't want to put myself through that again for something that I've already done. Maybe a separate trick. Maybe one day I'll beat it. Maybe I'll do 700 attempts to try a trick or 7 hours to try a trick, but I'm stoked that I pushed myself and I got it done in the end, and that's the most important part. If you fall down, get back up, try again, and maybe something like this will happen. You'll land that one trick you've been trying for so long, and you'll back it up with something you've never done either, and it's just the greatest feeling. Alright, that's going to be it for this week's Web Edit Wednesday of the 900 downlash, the 540 inside whiplash, and also I forgot to add the Flair Backflip 3N. I hope you enjoyed it. That was one of the hardest tricks I've ever done, and all of them were super hard, but I just like the fact that I get to do a Web Edit Wednesday on like the trick that took me the most attempts, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you smack that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy my Web Edit Wednesdays, make sure you smack that thumbs up button. And I hope that if you're not subscribed, make sure you go subscribe right now. And I hope that you enjoy my videos. And next week, I believe, what do we have? Oh, we have a clip that Nick Air filmed, the 360 bar twist to hang 5, 360 pivot, whip in, a bunch of tricks all jammed together into one trick. I actually have every single attempt of that, so we can make a little video where you can see actually every attempt that I try, see how much I struggled, and then see how much it paid off in the end. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week for my next Web Edit Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow for a brand new video, just because, you know, that's how I am. Daily uploads, or every second day, that's how I roll. Hope you all enjoy it. See you on my next video.